My name is Mark Peyton, and I am a barber at Sailer Bups Barber Shop in downtown Halifax. I just kind of wanted a shop that I could see myself hanging out in. There wasn't anything like that in Halifax at the time. I wanted a spot that you could go to get a haircut and a shave, beard trims, things like that. And at the time, that didn't exist. There were barber shops, but none of them really kind of went full service. So I just kind of created the space that I thought would be fun to work in. Process was definitely daunting. It was definitely scary. I remember the night before I was opening, I just sat and basically puked the whole night. I was really nervous. A lot of doubt, a lot of, kind of questioning yourself, but you shake the jitters off and then you go. There's always the financial piece. Opening a business is expensive, no matter how you slice it. There's no easy way around it. And I remember just watching my bank account go from here to here within, a matter of hours. So it was eye-opening, that's for sure, because that's all the stuff they don't tell you. I don't think that anyone can really kind of capture the struggles that a small business owner has. Within the first couple months, I was dealing with employee theft of money at that, and you don't make money for the first few years of owning a business because you're starting to bounce back and you're starting to kind of bring money back into the bank account after spending a ton of money. So I was dealing with that. It's very, very trying on your mental health and your emotional health and your physical health because you're throwing everything you have at it. A lot of employee struggles. You learn a lot about yourself along the process. We had COVID. COVID was definitely a big thing for myself and a lot of other business owners. So it's just this whole mixing pot of issues and things that go on that just kind of get thrown at you, and you have to learn how to roll with every single punch. I would like to say that I'm going to run this place for the rest of my life. I do thoroughly enjoy my job. After COVID, I did lose interest in it, and in full honesty, I just kind of, I think everybody was changed by COVID. I think that everybody's perspectives were changed by COVID, and I just really kind of lost my love for it. I was also battling a mental health decline. I was battling addiction at the time, so dug myself out of that hole, and you kind of fall in love with things all over again. So I want to say that I'm still gonna see this through until the end of my days, but who knows? The advice I'd have to give to a young business owner is it's not just money. It's not just being your own boss. It's not just being able to go home whenever you want. It's hard. It's really, really hard. It is, you got to eat, sleep, and breathe the place. You have to put up with other people. You have to provide for other people. So you have to be incredibly selfless while also maintaining boundaries and maintaining things to protect yourself, which the minute you do that, you've become a bully boss, and you've become you become a tyrant and things like that. So if you're going to open a business and your goal is to move on and do something bigger, like bigger scale, where you want to create jobs for people and you want to create employment, you have to be ready for that. But the only advice that I would really have to give people is make sure that you know what you're going into, because it's definitely not one of those learn as you go processes. I wouldn't say that owning my own shop has been a dream of mine. I would definitely say that I wanted to own my own business. Entrepreneurship was definitely something that I wanted to do. But I actually flip-flopped with a few things over the years. As I got more and more into barbering culture, which before it happened well before the barber boom actually hit, that's when I really kind of started to own in on it. I said, this is really cool. This is a job that I can do with my hands. I can see from start to end, and you get to see the final product of your work walk out. A lot of relationship building, things like that. So though it might not have been a dream of mine back in high school, it's definitely been been something that you know, I'm very, very grateful for now. If I was to change career paths, I would absolutely go into the very thankless and payless job of a documentarian. I actually do it now just for fun. I do them for passion projects. I do it as basically a means of creativity to create some form of art and tell stories that are kind of in my brain, and to get it out of my brain and put it onto film. So that I would definitely say that that's kind of the route that I would go. What I've achieved since owning my shop is kind of a loaded gun. Number one, I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned that I can kind of take a lot of challenges. I can take punches on the chin with the best of them. But I mean, in terms of on paper achievements, you know, I've been featured in a book with the comeback of barbering around the world. Been in magazines. You know, I've been in. You know, I won the top industry professional under the age of 40 in Canada back in 2020. We won multiple People's Choice Awards. You know, we've been featured in the Canadian Hairdressing magazine. So there's a lot of that stuff that I've definitely achieved. I always kind of like just brushed it off and didn't really think much of it. I really downplayed a lot of it, just as a way to stay humble and kind of stay grounded. Like they would roll in, you're just kind of like, okay, cool, on to the next thing, and we just keep moving. I would say for future plans, as of like, I just closed down a couple, like multiple locations because I wanted to scale back and just go down to one shop. So I get asked a lot if I'm going to open more locations and more shops, and it's just not in my cards. I did it. It wasn't for me. I really didn't enjoy it. Contributed to a pretty significant mental health collapse. So right now, it's just kind of like one foot in front of the other. I've had to learn to, you know, day by day. But so right now I'm currently happy. I don't know what that will bring in a year. I don't know what that will bring in 2 years, but you know, I did it, and I proved to myself that I could actually open and run multiple locations, and I did it very successfully. And then I made the choice to step back. So that was a choice that I made for me. But as of right now, I'm happy with it. I'm really, really happy with where things are.